Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Stanley Rants. And when I was a kid, 1976, Bruce Jenner won the decathlon at the Olympics. His name wasn't Caitlyn Jenner, it was Bruce Jenner. And the dude was a stud. He won the decathlon, man, and I got to watch that. One of the few things I got to watch as a kid on TV, because we were out working in the yard and doing stuff like that. So, today's Olympics, you have men boxing women. And it's just keeps getting better and better as they try to shove this woke shit down your throat. So, he's a man. Whether he claims to be transgender, or I can't even say the word. It's just hard enough to say the word. He's a man and fought a woman and crushed that poor girl's dreams, in 46 seconds. Well, that's what men do in a situation like that. I'm curious on how come the women who want to turn themselves into men, how come they don't go play for the NFL or the NBA? Well, you're a woman and now you're a trans woman. I guess that means you're a man. I mean, I get so confused over this stuff. So how come they don't go and box men or play in the NFL or the NBA or that kind of stuff? This world is just so bizarre these days, and it's getting more bizarre. And they pass it off like, it's normal. And they want your kids to see that, this is normal, normal behavior. And it's not. We have different attributes than women have. And that's always been the case. I mean, if you want to know if you're a man or a woman, just pull your pants down and look down. That'll give you the insight that you need if you're confused. But I think it starts with the parenting at home, and it's okay for little Johnny to play with dolls and put makeup on and stuff like that. And then when little Johnny wants to grow up and he wants to be Joanna, there you go. So these people have more problems than you could shake a stick at as they're growing up. And a lot of them end up offing themselves, because they're so confused mentally and people don't accept them and that kind of stuff. Well, that's the agenda that these people are pushing. These left-wing lunatics, batshit crazy people. Is it because they got the jab? Is it because they got the jab? I mean, I don't know. But if you see their personalities and you run into these people, man, they're angry and they're just trying to shove all their beliefs down your throat. And if you don't like that, then you're homophobic or you're transphobic or you're this phobic and that phobic. These people scare me. They think it's normal. A man dressing up as a woman, and then he wants to read stories to your kids. They call them chomos. That's what they call them. So, along with the chomos and the people who steal and the people who murder people, they build these billion-dollar stadiums to watch sports events in. And, a good portion of that money comes from tax dollars from your city. And you'll see it on your bill. You'll see it on your property tax or your ambulance tax or hearing aid tax or, we had to file this form and send it out to you tax. But how come we don't build stadiums to, have proper punishment for what's going on out here? Because it's not working. When you slap these people on the wrist and let them go, they just go back out and chomo or steal or, murder somebody or, they're scamming somebody. So why don't we have stadiums where when you first enter the stadium, you can purchase stones. And you buy a stone for $20. And then whoever that person got caught is, you know, chomo or a thief or murderer or whatever they are, you know, and we can stone them. And all the proceeds go back to the victims' families. I can guarantee one thing. One public stoning of somebody will stop everybody from doing their bullshit. Because if you get caught, no, we put you up in a prison for 10 years, 15 years, and it cost us $90,000 a year to put you up in a prison, whatever. No, we just solved the problem real quick. We buy stones, and we have a stoning event. And when kids grow up and see that, they might not want to be a chomo or a thief or a murderer. You know, just some food for thought, because the other shit definitely ain't working. They release them back out into the society, and they do the same thing again. So, if it's not working, then change it up. You know, no, that's this leftist, batshit crazy way of thinking. And that's what they want the whole world to be. You know, that's what they want the whole world to be. You know, also, as the crow flies, good old Joe Biden, you know, he never ceases to amaze me and everybody else around the planet. You know, he's got this student loan forgiveness act. Can't even say that word because it's just so ridiculous. So he's going to forgive student loans. And where's that money come from? The taxpayers. Exactly. So how come they just don't forgive everybody's credit card then? You know, because that's just a loan from the credit card company, right? You got $10, $15, $20,000 on your credit card. How come old Sleepy Joe just doesn't forgive that? And we just call it the Credit Card Forgiveness Loan Act. You know, they just make up acts. You know, they just make up whatever they want to pass billions of dollars through. It's insane. Here's another one for you. So, you know, the treasurer, Janet Yellen, you know, and you got the head of the Fed, that jackass, he's going to start lowering interest rates, they say. Yeah, it's probably going to go, you know, 25 basis points, maybe 50 basis points. That's it. That's all they're going to be able to do. They're going to get everybody excited before the election, and they're going to just, you know, tell everybody how great the Biden administration has done. But they say it's not politically motivated or anything like that. You know, no, of course it's not. But after that, interest rates are going to go sky high. They have to. They have to. The amount of debt that our government has incurred, it is astronomical. And coming tomorrow, Friday, it's going to hit $35 trillion. Now they're saying it's $2.2 trillion a year in interest. That figure just keeps going up because they just keep lying about it. And only about 50% of your income tax money is going to pay the interest on the debt owed to the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve is all these central banks around the world, all these leaders, bankers, who loan us money and we don't pay it back. But it's okay for the government not to pay it back. Go ahead and not pay your electric bill and watch how fast your electricity gets shut off, okay? Go ahead and don't pay your car payment and you'll see how fast they come repo your car. But the government don't pay their bills, you know, back to the Fed. And they just keep printing money. Wouldn't that be great if you had a money print machine and you could just print all the money you want? You know, hey, you gave your wife, you know, $2,000 this last month to pay bills, and she went to the casino and she blew the money, right? And then she comes back to you and asks for $2,000 more, and then you give her $2,000 more dollars, and then she goes back to the casino and blows it. That's what our government does. You know, it's insane. It's like making your house payment with a credit card. That's what our government does. And this debt is ballooning, and they're saying inflation's under control and it's transitory and all this stuff. get ready for this recession coming up, and nobody's talking about it. They got you looking at, you know, American Idol, and they got you, you know, honed in on McDonald's has a new $5 bag of shit meal. Oh my goodness, wow. Or is Chick-fil-A's waffle fries gonna be canceled? Oh my God. Yeah, they got you looking over here, and they're doing this over here. It's always been that way, man, and it's crazy. I just always wondered, you know, does this happen on other planets? And how do we let it get this far? How did we let it get this far? So I don't know the answer, and if you got any answers, you could email me at StanleyRants@outlook.com, and you know, keep your head on a swivel, watch your kids. You know, watch what your kids are doing. Make sure they're not exposed to this woke bullshit as much as possible, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere you go. And you know what? If you knew better, you'd do better. I'm out.